Hey everybody, happy Monday, happy July 8th. I just wanted to hop on to say a little something because today marks 6 years for me, and generally I'm okay about it. I'm not feeling super, emotional or sad. It's more reflective and contemplative. Number one, it's been 6 years, but it literally feels like it's been like 15 or 20 years. I'm sure you guys can relate. Time is so deceptive and so confusing after we experience loss. As I reflect on 6 years, it just feels way longer than that. It feels like it has been such a long time since I have been able to see in person Quentin and hear his laugh and give him a hug and all that kind of stuff. It feels like I've lived a whole another lifetime, which I have actually, because and I put in the post that I sent out an email. Grief and loss changes us so fundamentally. Like, there is part of me, actually a whole version of me, that died the day that Quentin died. There are parts of me that have never come back and will never come back. There are just parts of me that died when he died. And I know that's really hard and really painful, but the flip side of that coin is that this version of me was also born on that day. Like, this version of who I am, the 6-year-old version of me, was born on that day. And just like a newborn baby, we have to completely learn how to live again. We have to fumble our way through how to get through the day and how to interact with people and how to remember our people and how to share about our people. Like, there's just literally nothing that grief doesn't touch, and there's not anything that isn't affected that you don't have to relearn how to do. And so here, 6 years later, like, I am just a completely different person from the inside out. And I miss Quentin tremendously. I wish he were here. He's not here, and I, for one, plan to make the most of the loss and the sacrifice and the pain that it cost me, right? I want to be the best version of myself, and I want to live the most amazing life that I can, and most importantly for me, make the biggest impact that I can in his name and in his honor. To me, that's the best thing that I can do to remember him and stay connected to him and just honor him going forward. But I guess I just wanted to show up and say, these anniversaries can be what we make them. I would just want to plant a seed of hope. If anniversaries are really, really hard and still really debilitating for you, no matter what year you're on, I want to just let you know that you actually can decide how you want the day to be. I actually decided around the year 3 mark that I wasn't going to give this day a huge amount of attention or effort, or I wasn't going to allow it to be kind of a sad sort of wallowing day. And I had to train my mind to not rehash the events that took place today, 6 years ago, because that is what our mind gravitates towards and wants to do. When you have a traumatic event like this, our mind will want to replay that and revisit it, and it'll be very easy to just go over the events of that day and re-traumatize ourselves, honestly. So I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way for you, but in order for these days like this to not be like that, you have to first make the intentional choice that you don't want the day to be like that, and then you have to train your brain to deal with the day a different way. Because like I said, our neurological wiring is going to just take us right back to that day. And if we close our eyes, we can be right back to where we were when it happened. And we can relive that and re-traumatize ourselves. But thankfully, I have done the work and continue to do the work to renew my mind around all of this stuff. And so my brain doesn't go there at all. My brain does not go there. My brain has been trained on how to think about Quentin, how to think about the fact that he isn't here, and to focus on the ways that he is here, and focus on the things that I'm grateful for in my present life, and focus on the impact that I'm making for him and about him. But I just want to say, that doesn't happen instantly or easily. This does take work. This is the hardest type of work that I've ever had to do. But I just want all of you guys to know that it is possible. And I just want to encourage you, and this is just such a common theme in all my videos, like keep fighting and keep working at it and keep practicing at it until you're living a version of your life that you actually enjoy, until you have worked through the loss and exercised these muscles in your brain so that the way you're dealing with the loss is manageable and eventually actually enjoyable, until you've created ways that you're connecting with your loved one that you look forward to. Until you get there, just don't stop. Don't get lazy or lackadaisical in your grief recovery. Don't work at it a little bit and then set it down. Just really do this and do this and do this again until you have it mastered. This is the one area of your life and the skill set that will pay you dividends. And it's kind of, we don't really have a choice, you know. The only other choice is to suffer for the rest of our days and be miserable and let the grief and the emotions, you know, have their way with us. And that's just no way to live. The other thing I've been learning so much about lately is how long it takes us to learn. We think we can read a book or practice a skill and that we have it, and we just don't. We need to have repetition. We need to have consistent repetition, reading the right things, doing the right things before it actually gets solidified in our mind. So I am going to encourage you again, like just keep doing the doing. And if you don't know what to do, definitely reach out to us and chat with myself or one of our other coaches. We can help you learn what are the things to do every day to just get this really solidified in your mind so that you can get to a place where you enjoy living. Because even if it takes you 3 years, 5 years, if it takes you 3 years of really working on it, that's 3 years compared to the rest of your life. Like, none of us know when we're going to go, but I think it's safe to say, like, we have a length of time in front of us, right? And so we might as well do the work to make the length of time that we have as enjoyable and fruitful and productive as possible. So that's really it. I just wanted to come on and say, hey, today is 6 years for me. And yeah, I had a little moment. Like, I miss Quentin. I do. I really, you guys would have loved him. He was amazing and he was funny and he was such a leader. People would just follow him naturally. He was an entrepreneur at heart. And the thing I miss the most, and I think I've talked about this before, is we had so many inside jokes. We literally had a million inside jokes. And I miss having that kind of secret language with somebody who just knows what you're thinking when you look at them, and all the jokes that we had, the inside jokes that we had. So I want to hear from you guys. Drop below when your anniversaries are, if anybody else has anniversaries coming up. I think I saw somebody else posted that they have the same anniversary date, but just a year later. And also, what are you missing about your person today? Or how are you honoring, that's not even a word, honoring or celebrating your person today? But I also wanted to thank you for all the lovely comments and well wishes and support. I love this community, and that's absolutely a huge part of what we're here to do, is to support one another and cheer each other on. So I appreciate you cheering me on and sending me support for today, and just know that that is absolutely what we're here to do. So I'm going to hop off, guys. I will see you again soon. Have a great day.